We've had a lot of success pursuing cases on behalf of victims involved in trucking cases, cases involving 18-wheelers or tractor-trailers, other commercial vehicles, where our clients or a family member have been injured or killed. A question that gets asked a lot in those types of cases is how long does a typical tractor-trailer or commercial trucking case take to bring to conclusion? The reality is there's no simple one-size-fits-all answer to that. The length of time that it's going to take a case like that to go to conclusion has a lot to do with just how complex a case it is. That's going to depend on the types of injuries that are involved. For instance, not to be macabre, but a case where a person was killed on the scene in an accident that was caused by a tractor trailer, well, there's no ongoing medical treatment in that situation. The damages are done, it's over with, and so typically, oddly enough, a death case is a case that frequently can be taken to conclusion faster than a case of, say, an example on the other end of the spectrum of, say, someone who was injured who is now paralyzed or quadriplegic, someone who is hospitalized for a long period of time, who's having to go through extensive rehab and physical therapy, and who is impacted for the rest of their life by that event. Well, that case is most likely going to take longer. In all likelihood, probably a couple or 3 years to work to conclusion, because you ideally want that person to get to a point of maximum medical recovery, which means they've improved all that they're going to improve under medical treatment, because it's only at that point that you get a sense of what their needs are after that event, what their needs are going to be in the future, what type of ongoing treatment, what type of impact on their life moving forward that event has. And so it takes a little bit of time away from the event itself before you know those answers. And then once you know those answers, it still takes a little bit of time to work through the system, that claim and that case, before you can get a full and appropriate verdict and or settlement. So the time period that a tractor-trailer case takes to resolve here in Mississippi, or any other state for that matter, again, it's just going to depend on the complexity of the case itself, and that is largely dependent on what type of injuries are we dealing with, what type of long-term impact on the victim are we dealing with, also just the circumstances of the event itself. Some crashes are straightforward on what happened. Some require more extensive study in terms of building a reconstruction of the event itself. But regardless, the most important thing is that you have competent, experienced, knowledgeable legal help throughout that process. And that's why it's so important having an attorney, especially in these tractor-trailer or commercial vehicle cases, an attorney involved early on in your case who can work that up the appropriate way, and so that that case is in the best position to get resolved once you're at the point where it should be moving forward and getting resolved. And only people who have worked extensively in personal injury and trial lawyers with actual experience in tractor-trailer cases are going to be in the best position to do that and to get you fair value for those types of claims. If you have a tractor-trailer claim where you or someone you love has been injured or someone you love has been killed, Brad Morris Law Firm is available for free consultation on those claims. We'll do our best to answer this question and others that you may have about it. And I hope that this answers at least some of your questions here today.